recording. Yeah. So this is what is the agenda for today. We are going to learn all the AI jargons. We are going to introduce machine learning to all of you, right? In the day 2 and day 3, we are going to learn something called as machine learning fundamentals. We are going to know how and what is mathematics behind machine learning. We are also going to build machine learning models, right? In the day 3, and in the day 4 and day 5, we are going to do a very small case study, and we will be deploying that case study. We'll be building an application and deploying this entire thing on a cloud server. Okay, this is the entire agenda for this week. In the last session, many of the people were saying that they need to do something called as NLP case study on sentiment analysis. So that is something that we'll do. We'll try to basically build up a sentiment analyzer in this session, and then we'll try to create an application and finally deploy it on cloud. Okay, we'll deploy this entire application on cloud after building this entire application. Is that fine? Yes, Mayura, Mayurya. Yes, you can do that. Okay, I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name incorrect. All right. Perfect. So is everyone ready for this session? So today what we'll do is we'll try to understand what is machine learning. Okay, what is AI, what is deep learning. Okay, we'll try to understand this thing, and then from tomorrow onwards, we'll start with the machine learning concepts. Okay, perfect. So till now, we have completed Python programming language, right? We have already completed Python programming language, and we have also completed something called as data analysis, right? We have learned couple of statistics, right? We have learned couple of topics from statistics. We have learned NumPy, right? We learned how to use NumPy, how to use pandas. We have also learned something called as doing an EDA using NumPy, pandas, as well as Seaborn, Matplotlib, right? All this thing we have done in the Matplotlib. We have done in the previous sessions. Also, we have done some case studies, right? We have also done the case studies. So all the material for these sessions, right? For all these sessions, the material, you can find it on YouTube, right? From today onwards, we'll start with this session on machine learning. Now let's try to understand a couple of AI jargons, right? So there are many more terms. There are many terms that you might have heard of, like AI, like machine learning, like deep learning. Now, can anyone explain me what is AI? Anyone here, can you explain me what is AI? Many of us want to become an AI engineer or machine learning engineer or maybe data scientist, right? So anyone who can explain me what is AI? Yes, that is a full form. That is a full form. I'm not asking about the full form. Everybody knows that it is nothing but artificial intelligence, right? But what is the actual meaning of AI? Yes, correct. If we can make machines, see, the main thing about AI is if we can make machines, if we can make machines think like human beings, think like human beings, or in simple terms, if we can make machine, right? If we can make machine mimic human behavior, right? We would call it as artificial intelligence, right? Or in simple terms, if we can say that if we can make machine do human tasks, do human tasks, right? Then we would say that it is nothing but a part of AI. It is nothing but a part of AI. Is this part clear to everyone? This is a very basic definition that I gave you, right? So I'll try to elaborate this thing so that we all can understand machine learning, AI, and deep learning perfectly, right? So we'll do that today. Is this clear to everyone, this part? So today, by the end of the session, I'll try to share a link where you can basically claim your certificate for this course. Okay, so just try to fill up that link. Just stay by till the end of the session so that you can fill up that form and you can maybe claim the certificate. Okay, so you can get the certificate if you stay by the till the end of the session. Yeah. So now let's try to maybe understand it in a more depth, right? Anyone who can tell me what is AI, machine learning, and deep learning? Is there anything that you know about it? Do you know about AI, machine learning, and deep learning? Everyone has given me a very nice definition of AI, but what is machine learning and deep learning? Now, what is machine learning and deep learning? Can anyone give me some hints, some solutions, something about this? Okay, so people are saying that ML and DL are the subparts of AI. Somebody is saying that AI is the superset and machine learning is the subset of AI, right? And deep learning is a subset of machine learning, right? Many of the people are saying something like this. But do you see, this is not the definition, this is the relationship, right? This is the relationship. You are giving me the relationship, not the definition. Not, I'm not able to understand anything about AI, machine learning, and deep learning. I'm only able to understand the relationship. Making sense to everyone? Is it making sense to everyone? This is nothing but the relationship, not the definition, or not something to understand about AI, machine learning, and deep learning, right? Just the relationship. We are only looking at the relationship right now. Perfect. Now let's try to understand what is AI, machine learning, and deep learning. And for the relationship, this is the correct relationship, right? This is the correct relationship. Machine learning is a subpart of AI, and deep learning is a subpart of machine learning. That is the correct relationship. But what exactly is AI, machine learning, and deep learning? Let's try to understand that now. Okay. Before going into AI, let's try to go into something other, some other thing. Okay. So I'll try to take an analogy so that you can understand this entire thing. Okay, have you ever heard of something called as natural satellite? Have you ever heard of natural satellite? Can you give me an example of natural satellite? Okay, everyone know about moon. So similarly, do you understand that human beings, we are always fascinated by something that we don't understand, right? We are always fascinated by things that we don't understand, because of which something called as artificial satellite was created, right? Human beings created something called as artificial satellite. Now, do you understand that something called as Aryabhatta, right? Similarly, PLSV, right? PLSV, you might have seen Sputnik, yes, right? You might have heard of Sputnik. You might have heard of multiple different other satellites, right? All the satellites launched by NASA, right? NASA or ISRO, right? All these space agencies, they will launch multiple different satellites in the space, right? Chandrayaan is there, right? Similarly, Mangalyaan is there. All these satellites are nothing but artificial satellite. Now, why are we calling them artificial? Why not we call them? Why don't we call them natural satellite? Why are we calling them artificial? They are having the same kind of feature, right? They are revolving around Earth, or maybe they are orbiting some planet, right? They are orbiting some planet, and why don't we call them as natural? Yes, they are made by us, right? They are man-made satellites. They are man-made satellite. That's why we are calling it artificial, right? They are not naturally created. They are created from the man-made, from the manual effort, right? Similarly, do you understand that here we are learning something called as artificial satellite? Sorry, artificial intelligence. We are learning something called as artificial intelligence. Now, what is artificial intelligence? It is nothing but a man-made effort to create intelligence, right? Now, is it making sense? Is it making sense? It is nothing but a man-made effort to create natural intelligence, natural, to mimic natural intelligence, right? To mimic natural intelligence. Now, do you see something like this? We will come to Alexa. Just wait for some time. We were saying that if we can make machine mimic human behavior, it is nothing but artificial intelligence, right? Now, here what we are saying is, we are saying that it is nothing but a man-made effort to mimic human or natural intelligence. Now, if I talk about artificial intelligence, the question is there something called as natural intelligence? Is there something called as natural intelligence? If yes, is there any example of naturally intelligent being? Yes, human beings are the example of naturally intelligent person, naturally intelligent people, right? Human beings are the example of naturally intelligent beings. on earth, right? So we are trying to do what? We are trying to create something artificially. We are trying to mimic human behavior artificially. We are making man-made intelligence. Making sense to everyone? Is it making sense to everyone now? What do I mean by artificial intelligence? If I can make a computer, right? So if I can make a computer or a AC or a machine or a washing machine, right? It can be any machine, right? It can be any machine. It can be a computer. It can be a AC. It can be a washing machine. It can be any machine. If I can make this machine mimic human behavior, right? I would say that this machine is containing something called as artificial intelligence, right? If we can make these machines do something automatically, if we can make this machine do something automatically which can mimic human behavior, I would say that these machines are containing something called as artificial intelligence. Now, how many are able to understand the concept of AI? Right, this is how you should explain AI. Okay, not like AI is a machine learning is a subset of AI and deep learning is a subset of machine learning, right? Not like that, right? This is the actual thing that you need to explain somebody if they are asking you about AI, right? Now the question is how do you make it possible? How do you actually mimic this human behavior, right? This is the question, right? So we have understood, see, and AI, we have understood what is AI, right? We have understood what, but the question now is how to make AI, how to make a machine understand, learn from the data. In order to answer this how, we will try to learn something called as machine learning and deep learning, right? Machine learning and deep learning is the question, is the answer to this question how, right? Making sense to everyone? Machine learning in and deep learning is the solution in order to basically make this dream of humankind, human beings, to make this possible, right? To make this AI exist, right? To make this AI possible, to basically create AI, machine learning and deep learning is the answer, right? To create AI, machine learning and deep learning is the answer. This is what you need to understand. Okay, so let me try to actually make you understand this entire concept again in depth. Okay, so we started with something called as natural intelligence, right? We started with something called as natural intelligence, and who is the example of natural intelligence? Human being, right? Human beings are the example of natural intelligence. Making sense to everyone? Is it making sense to everyone? Yes, something like that. Yes, something like that, right? It is something like backend of AI is something like machine learning and deep learning, correct, right? So natural intelligence, we know that human beings are the example of natural intelligence. Now, what we are fascinated with creating this intelligence artificially, right? We are fascinated with creating this intelligence artificially. But first of all, before creating this intelligence artificially, let's try to understand what do I mean by actually this natural intelligence. Okay, let's try to understand what is this natural intelligence actually, right? In order to understand that, let's try to understand what are, as a human being, right? As a human being, what are the tasks we perform using this natural intelligence, right? What are the tasks we perform using this natural intelligence? Now, do you all understand the most basic task that you basically perform using this natural intelligence is nothing but driving a car, right? Driving a car is an intelligent task that we as a human being do, right? Have you ever seen a monkey or maybe a dog drive a car? No, right? We as a human being, we use our natural intelligence to basically drive a car, right? Similarly, we can also play video games, right? We can play video games, right? Video games using our natural intelligence, right? And in this natural intelligence, what is that ability that helps us do this task? Let's also talk about that ability, right? Let's also talk about that ability that will help us in doing this task. What is that naturally intelligent? What is that ability that helps us do this? Yes, correct, Urval. This is nothing but decision making ability. Decision making ability. Think of driving a car without making a decision, right? You will basically you will basically hit each and everything on the road, right? You will hit each and everything on the highway if you are not making any decisions while driving a car. Similarly, try to think of basically playing a video game without making any decision, right? You will behave like a bot, right? You will behave like a bot in PUBG if you are not making a lot of decisions each and every time. Is it making sense to everyone? Right? Making sense? Is it making sense? Similarly, there are many other tasks, right? There are many other tasks that we as a human being, we perform, we do without even knowing about it, right? For example, in our day-to-day life, what we'll do is we'll try to recognize our friends just by looking at their faces, right? Just by looking at their faces, we'll try to recognize our friends, we'll try to recognize our family members, we'll try to recognize people just by looking at their faces, right? So what we'll do is we'll do something called as facial recognition, right? We'll do facial recognition. Yes, yes, Tony Stark. So we'll do multiple other things also, right? For example, we'll detect the objects. We'll detect objects in front of us. Whenever we see a water bottle, we are able to detect that object, right? Whenever we, so try to look around you, okay? Wherever you are sitting, just try to look around you. You would be able to tell where is the chair. You would be able to tell where is the mobile phone. You can detect the mobile phone, right? You can detect the object. And how are you able to do that? Because you are looking at the things, right? Your eyes are helping you do that, right? Your eyes along with your brain is making you do that, right? So you have something called as vision ability. You have something called as vision ability, which is making you do this. Is it making sense to everyone? Is it making sense to everyone? Yes or no? Right? Similarly, what are the other tasks? Let's look into some other tasks. Right? Now, can you see, if I send you a message, right? If I send you a message, maybe from an unknown number, and that message is something like this: you won $1 million. Now, are you going to mark this message as spam? Yes or no? Are you going to revert back to that person saying that please give me my $1 million? No, right? That used to happen in the early days, right? When these things were not there, right? When people were not maybe cheating other people, right? So this is a spam message. So by default, we are spam detectors, right? By default, we are spam detector. As a naturally intelligent being, we are spam detector. Yes, Tony Stark, right? Similarly, yes, motion detector, emotion detector also, right? Let's say if somebody send you this message, if somebody send you this message, maybe let's say you are going to, maybe let's say Amazon website, and you read some reviews, right? If you read some reviews like this: very good product, very good product, very good product, uh, right? So just by looking at this review, a very small line, can you tell me whether this the sentiment behind this review is positive or negative? What kind of sentiment do you understand from this thing? It is a positive sentiment, right? But if somebody is saying something like this: very bad experience, very bad experience, uh, please please do not buy this product. If somebody is writing something like this, you would understand that it is nothing but a negative sentiment, right? So just by reading the text, you are able to detect the sentiment, right? You are naturally sentiment detector, right? You are naturally sentiment detector analyzer, right? You can analyze the sentiments. So what kind of ability is helping us doing to do these two tasks? Right, we are able to do these two tasks because of the NLP ability. We can naturally process the natural language, right? We can do something called as natural language processing, right? Let me try to write this thing. We are having this ability of natural language processing ability. Now because of this ability we are able to do this task. Making sense to everyone now? Yes or no? Yes, yes, correct. Emotional intelligence, right? So cool. Now try to understand one more thing here. Okay, so we are having spam detector. We are like a spam detector, right? Like living spam detector. Similarly, we are also sentiment detector or analyzer, right? We can do all these things very easily, right? So let me try to erase this entire thing. Yes, we are lie detector. We can do all sort of things, right? We just need to get the input, and then we can do something about that input, right? Human brain it will simply take the input from somewhere and it will try to process that data, right? So this is the entire naturally intelligent being things that we do. Now, as a human being, is it possible for a single human being to do all these tasks? Can you, as a single human being, as an independent human being, can you perform all these tasks? Is it possible? Is it possible? Yes or no? You don't need any superhuman abilities, right? These are the daily tasks, right? These are the daily tasks that you do, right? You don't need any superhuman ability to do these tasks. A single human being can drive a car, can play a video game, can do facial recognition, can detect the objects, can detect the spam, can do sentiment analysis. All these things can be done by a single human being. But the question is, have you ever seen a robot? Have you ever seen a computer? Have you ever seen a machine do all these tasks? A single machine, have you ever seen a single machine drive a car or play a video game or do a spam detection or do a sentiment detection? Have you ever seen a single machine do these tasks, all these tasks at the same time? No, right? Have you ever seen? If you have seen, can you please name that machine? No, Tesla can only drive a car, right? Using Tesla, Tesla is a machine, right? Tesla is a company which creates the car, which can only drive itself, right? It can't do facial detection. It can do the object detection, but it can't do facial detection, right? Yes, correct, correct. Harshit, that is absolutely correct. In movie, you might have seen Chitti the robot, right? You might have seen Chitti or Terminator, right? In these movies, you have seen that the single machine is able to do all these tasks, right? Chitti, this robot even fall in love with Aishwarya Rai, right? So that is not possible in real world right now, right? That is not possible in real world. In real world, if we are able to create something like this, we would say that we have achieved something called as GAI, right? We would say that we have achieved something called as general artificial intelligence, right? Currently, we are not at this stage. We are not at this stage. We can create machines that can do some tasks. Okay, we can make machines that can do some tasks. Okay, maybe one or two tasks out of this entire list of tasks. Okay, even Sophia, even Alexa. See, Sophia, Alexa, they are like chatbots, right? They are like chatbots that can communicate with you, right? They are just like chatbot. The only thing is they have something called as a speaker as well as something called as a mic. Making sense to everyone? Sophia, she can't drive to the verbal communication with you. It is like a chatbot, right? Similarly, as a human being, see, as a human being, I can create this list as long as possible, right? For example, as a human being, see, we all can understand, process the natural language. What do I mean by natural language? Languages like Hindi, English, Punjabi, right? Telugu, right? Chinese, Japanese, right? No, Sophia can't drive a car. Right now, Sophia can't drive a car. Right? So these are the natural languages. Now, as a human being, can you process natural language? Yes or no? Yes, Tesla can drive a car, but can Tesla do sentiment detection? Can Tesla cars do sentiment detection? No, right? So I'm saying that is it possible for a single car, single machine to do all these tasks? No, right? Similarly, as a human being, see, as a human being, we can do all these tasks, but machine can't do all these tasks. A single machine can't do all these tasks. We can make machines which can do some of these tasks, right? And as a student who is learning, as a student who is learning AI, what you can do is you can create a project around any of these tasks, right? As a student, you just have to think of a task and try to create a project out of it, right? You can create a project which can basically be a self-drive car, right? You can create a project which can be a facial recognition system. You can build any of these projects, right? Similarly, when we talk about a human being, is it possible for you to translate one language to another? Is it possible for you to translate one language? Are you a language translator, right? Can you translate Hindi to English and English to Hindi? It is easy, right? If you know that both the languages, you can do that, right? I hope this is making sense, right? Yes, in future it might be possible. Yes, in future it might be possible. Maybe we can also teach machines to understand emotions. Maybe, we don't know, right? But right now it is not possible. When you talk about maybe let's say in 1990s, in 1990s people, they might have not even think about whether this kind of thing is possible or not, right? They would laugh, they might have laughed at this kind of idea if somebody was saying that, can I create a self-drive car? Can I create a machine that can drive a car itself, right? Is it possible to create an autonomous vehicle, autonomous driving vehicle, right? So this kind of thing people might have laughed 10 years or 20 years ago, but right now it is possible, right? We see Tesla, they are manufacturing the cars which can drive themselves. How many are able to understand this? How many are able to understand that all the things that are written on pink in this on this board, these are for a human being, it is very easy for us to do this. But the question is, if we can make a machine, see, if we can make a machine, let's say there is a computer, and if you can make your computer, if you can put a camera on your computer, if you can put a camera on your computer, right? If you can put a camera on your computer, you are giving your computer the vision ability, right? If you can put a camera on your computer, you can give the computer vision ability. And now can you make your computer detect the objects? If you can make your computer detect the objects, you would say that this computer is containing something called as AI, right? This is a AI application, right? This is a AI application. If you can make machine, if you can make your computer detect the objects. What do I mean by detecting the objects? If I show you a photo, if I show you maybe let's say a bottle, let's say if I show you a bottle, let's say this is a bottle, this is a bottle. Now if I show you a bottle, as a human being, it is very easy for us to understand that it is a bottle. But is it possible for this computer to understand whether this is a bottle? Right? So this is what is called as detecting and recognizing, detecting and recognizing the objects. I hope this is making sense. Can you please put a yes or no in the chat if you are all able to understand this part? Perfect. Perfect. Cool. Now the question is, have you ever seen an application? Have you ever seen a company? Have you ever seen a robot that can drive a car? I hope everyone has given the answer to this, right? We have seen Tesla. We have seen Tesla, right? We have seen Tesla which can drive itself, right? Tesla are manufacturing the cars which can drive itself, right? Which are doing a pretty good job, right? On American roads, it is doing a pretty good job. But when it comes to India, right? When it comes to India, uh, Tesla will fail, right? You need a human being to drive a car in India. Yes, yes, Lucifer, it is correct, right? It is correct that you need a human hand, you need a human, what do we say, intervention in between, right? But some of the part can be automated, right? Tesla can automate a lot of things. If you are driving a car on a highway, you can put it on a self-drive mode. Is it making sense? It is possible, at least try to think of it in that terms, right? It is possible. In one of the countries in the world, it is possible to create a self-drive car and make it work there. Yes, correct, Urval Mystery. So that is the case, right? In India, we need to take care of multiple different variables. See, Lucifer, tell me one thing. When human being they drive, don't they are they not getting into the accidents? Tell me one thing. Are the human being not getting into the accidents? They are getting into the accidents, right? Human error. So they can drink and drive. They can do all sort of activities while driving a car. They might be, maybe they might have dropped their mobile on the floor and they might be looking for the floor and they might hit a tree or something, right? When human beings they drive a car, accident happens. Similarly, when the car is driving itself, the errors will be there, right? So errors will be there. It is not like you are going to build 100% reliable product. Accidents will happen, right? Yes, correct, Umar. Yes, correct, Shweta. Is it making sense to everyone? Is it making sense to everyone? Lucifer, is it making sense now? right? The errors are always there, right? So you need to work around those errors. You need to minimize those errors, right? Yes, no machine can have 100% efficiency. Correct, Kundan. Right? It is a very interesting topic to discuss, right? So this is something that you need to all understand, right? So these things will happen. Similarly, have you ever seen a computer? Have you ever seen a real world, real life application of computer playing video games? Anyone who has seen a real life application of computers playing a video game? I think everyone will agree that in PUBG we have bots, right? In PUBG we have bots, and no human being is basically using those bots to kill someone, right? They are basically making it mimic human behavior. They are making it kill human players, right? Right now, I think nowadays bots they can also heal themselves, right? Right? Yes, Harshit, computer. So you have chess also, right? You have chess also. In chess, you can play with a computer player, right? Computer can play a very good chess, right? Similarly, PUBG, if they want, they can make bots, right? They can make bots that can basically that can defeat any human player, right? That is possible, but they deliberately they are not making something like that, right? Because otherwise all the ace player and all the conqueror players will be the bot, right? Yes, I used to play PUBG a lot earlier, because from my college days itself, I was a video game player. So I used to play COD and CSGO. So it is like 6 years ago, right? So I used to play CS and COD, but I used to play PUBG before it got banned. Okay, so which hack, which hack were you using? If you were season 18 Conqueror, I can say that you might be using some hacks. Okay. Yes, PUBG can replace CS. Yes, correct. All right. So let's look into this thing. Now, is it possible to create? Is it possible to create face recognition system? Have you ever seen a real world application of facial recognition system? Anyone? I think your smartphone, right? Smartphone nowadays, smartphone nowadays, they are having this smart lock, face unlock, right? They are having this face unlock using which you can unlock your phone, right? So this thing, everyone has seen this, right? Even in iPhone, in Android, everyone has seen this. Correct, Lucifer, right? Similarly, detecting the object, you might have seen Google Lens, right? Right? You might have seen Google Lens doing this thing. Yes, correct. Facebook may, in Facebook you might have seen when you try to basically when you try to tag your friends, it will automatically detect the faces of the people and it will automatically tag the people, right? So all these things we have seen, right? Similarly, spam detector. I hope everyone knows the application of spam detector. Yes, even in Instagram, Deepa. Yes, correct. Right? Spam detector. Anyone can you give me an example of spam detector? Please do not say. Okay. Yes, Gmail. Yes, correct. You have Gmail, right? Gmail, Outlook, all these mail clients, they have automatic spam detection, right? Similarly, if we talk about translating the language, have you ever seen, no, not the Truecaller, but the text, we are talking about natural language, right? Now, can anyone tell me the language translator? Have you ever seen a language translator? Google Translator, right? You have, if you go to Google and if you try to search for maybe let's say Hindi to English, it will open up the Google Translator. Whatever you write in English, it will try to convert it to Hindi or maybe some other language. I hope you are able to understand this part, right? Similarly, when we talk about sentiment detection, right? Many of the political party, trust me, okay, trust me on this thing. Many of the political Indian political parties, okay, Indian political parties. You might think they are not using AI, but many of the Indian political parties, what they do is whenever the elections are coming, they will try to scrape out the data from Twitter, right? They will scrape out the data from all the social media websites, and they will try to see whether they are having any chance of winning the election, what the people are saying about that, about their party. They will try to do a sentiment analysis on the tweets, on the Facebook comments, on the Facebook posts, whatever is out there. Is it making sense? Right? So this is a very, very big, very big application, sentiment detection. Right? Sentiment analysis is a very, very large, is having a lot of applications. So I know some of my friends are working for them. So so there are people working for these political parties. All right. So these are the things that you need to be that you need to know, right? So these things actually happen, right? Is it clear till this point? Are you all able to understand all the things that we have discussed till now? All right. Now the best thing that I want to tell you is, you can build any of these projects, you can build any of these things using something called as a tool. A tool is called, that tool is nothing but machine learning and deep learning. Machine learning and deep learning, they act as a tool. They act as a tool to basically make sure that you can do these things, that you can make machine learn from the data, right? If you have the data, see, if you have the data, you can make machines learn from that data. That is called as machine learning, right? Machine learning and deep learning is nothing but making machines learn from the historical data. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? See, even when we were children, right? Even when we were kids, right? When we all were kids, when we all were in nursery or KG, something like that, we used to learn from books, right? Books were the source of information. Books contains data and information, right? And teachers were there who used to basically make sure that we we basically absorb this entire data properly. Teachers helps us to absorb that entire data, right? Our instructors, our teachers, they helped us to absorb all the information and data, right? For example, we used to see that this is like apple, so it is called as A for apple, right? We used to learn like this. Similarly, if we have data, right, we can make machines also learn from the data, right? We can make machine learn that this is called as an apple. We can make machine know, understand that this is called as a cat, right? It is very easy. If you know machine learning and deep learning, you can do these kind of tasks. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Perfect. All right. Now, whatever you see here, whatever you see written in pink color, I hope now everyone understands that machine learning and deep learning, right? Everyone, first of all, do you understand that all the things that are written in pink on the board right now, these are the naturally intelligent beings tasks, right? As a human being, we do all these tasks in our day-to-day life, right? But the question is it possible to make machines do these tasks? Is it possible to make machines, computers do this task? Right? And the answer is yes. We can use machine learning and deep learning to facilitate our computer do these tasks. If we have enough data, we can make our machine do these tasks. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Yamini, normally these people are called as data analyst or data scientist also, or machine learning engineer. You can call them anything. Okay. Perfect. Now try to understand one final thing here. Okay. Try to understand one last thing here. So we understood what is AI, right? We just now understood what is AI. AI is nothing but if we can make machine mimic human tasks, if we can make machine mimic human behavior or human intelligence, we would say that we have made this machine artificially intelligent. We have created this machine which is containing AI, which is containing man-made intelligence, right? After that, we have understood something called as machine learning, which is nothing but the subset of AI, right? And we have seen that in order to make machines intelligent, In order to create AI, we need ML. We need ML, and ML is nothing but a tool, right? It is nothing but a collection of algorithms, a very complex mathematics, right? Very complex mathematics, right? That helps us make machine learn from the data, right? That can help us, that facilitate us to make machine learn from the data, right? Similarly, what is deep learning? Deep learning is nothing but a set of machine learning algorithms only. It is set of machine learning algorithms only. The only difference is in deep learning, we use something called as ANN. Now, anyone who knows the full form of ANN? Can anyone tell me the full form of ANN? Yes, correct. ANN simply means artificial neural network. Now, do you see some term, a known term here? Let me underline that term. Do you see something called as artificial? We have already talked about this term artificial, right? It means nothing but man-made. Now, the question is there something called as natural neural network? Natural neural network? Yes or no? How many of you know about this natural neural network? Is there something called as natural neural network? And the answer is yes, correct, Shweta. So we have, yes, correct, Yash. So we have human brain, right? And in human brain, you have this structure. Let me try to draw that structure for you. Right? Do you remember it from your biology classes? This is called as natural neuron, right? This is called as a biological neuron. Biological neuron, right? So this is something that we have inside our brain. And in normal human being, in any human being, in a normal human being, the number of neurons present inside the human brain is around 10 to the power 15, right? 10 to the power 15 neurons are interconnected inside the human brain. Let me actually show you a very interesting, maybe one image. Just give me a second. Let me maybe drag and drop that image inside this notebook. All right, so I hope, so this is the structure, okay? So my drawing is really very bad, so that's why I'm just putting this image here, okay? So this is a biological neuron that everyone might have seen in their biology class. Yes or no? If that is a yes, then I will go to the next image. All right, so let me try to give you the next image. So try to have a look at this image. Yes, in 10th class or maybe earlier, you might have seen that image, right? All right, so yeah. So this is a very interesting image. Let me actually show you what this image is about, okay? So this image is the actual brain scan, right? It is an actual brain scan of a human being. Now, do you see inside the human being brain, do you see these neural networks, right? These neurons? This is the same structure, right? This is the same structure that you see above, right? This kind of structure, do you see it? Are you all able to observe this thing? Now, this entire scan, right? This entire scan is for a single a human being, a human brain. It is a brain scan of a human being, right? So this is a newborn baby, right? This is a newborn baby's brain scan. Now, as you grow old, see, after 1 month, it is becoming dense, right? Because you learn lots and lots of things. As you start learning lots and lots of things, your entire brain's neural network, it becomes denser and denser. See, within 2 years, you are having this kind of kachra inside your brain, right? There is a lot of neural network, that this dense neural network that has been created inside your brain because you learn a lot of stuff. You learn a lot of stuff when you are growing, right? So in your even till your teenage, till 14 or maybe let's say 13 years of old, right? Yes, correct, Lucifer. Right, by the time you turn 14, you are going to learn a lot of stuff. Is it clear to everyone? Is it making sense to everyone? So this kind of thing happens inside the human brain, right? So people, they start asking this question: is it possible? Is it possible to actually create something like this artificially? Artificially, is it really possible to create something like this artificially? And the answer to that is yes. Right now we have something called as ANN, which is nothing but a mathematical, model, mathematical function for biological neuron, for biological neuron, right? You have this biological neuron, right? You have this biological neuron. We have a mathematical structure, we have some mathematical way to represent this entire thing. Maybe when you take an advanced course, I will try to show you how to basically create something like this. Okay, Jarvis. So let me try to now show you that mathematical model, how it looks like. Right? So this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like. On the left hand side, you have the biological structure. On the right hand side, you have that mathematical model of the same neural network, all of the same single neuron. Okay, it is a single neuron. Okay, it versus artificial neural. Not, it is not a network. Sorry, it is not a network. It is an artificial neuron. Okay, so Shweta, so I would argue in a different manner. I would say that if you have correct guidance, it is possible to learn the mathematics. Okay, because I've done that many times. Okay, so I've made people do this thing. Okay, so I've made people learn all the mathematics behind machine learning multiple times. Okay, I've been in this field for past 6 years. Right, I've been in this field, so I know how to basically work around this entire thing. So it is possible, it is actually possible. I've seen people learn mathematics and do all sort of things. Yes, correct, Lavesh. Yes, it is like a multiplexer. Yes, correct. Right, so it can be represented like a function, right? Like a function, you can represent this entire thing. Yes, right. So is everyone convinced with this entire thing? Is everyone able to understand this entire thing? Okay, Lucifer. Sandy, I'll come to that. Okay, and I will come to that. All right, perfect. Perfect. Now let me try to talk about. Let's try to see this. Yes, everything is fine. Yes, everything looks fine. So, do you want to actually solve one machine learning problem using machine learning, or maybe using something? Do you want to actually solve one very simple problem? We can actually do that. If everyone agrees, then I would be happy to maybe talk about that. All right. So let's do this. Okay, let's do this. I'll show you how you can approach to solve any problem, right? How you can approach to solve any problem without and with machine learning. Okay, so I'll show you that. Just give me a second. Let me see if I have that image. Jarvis, I'll come to that. Okay, after I complete that concept, then I'll ask. Then I'll talk about what mathematical concepts you need. Okay. While talking about this problem, I will show you what all mathematical concepts you need to learn in order to basically become a data scientist, or in order to learn AI. Okay. All right. So let me actually see if I have something. Um, no, let's not go into classification or regression for now. Let's only talk about how to solve a very simple machine learning problem. Okay, I don't have that image. I don't have that data. Let me try to create it. So let's say you have some data, right? You have some data which looks like this. You have some data. This data contains 3 columns. First column is height. Second column is weight, right? Height is in centimeter, weight is in kg. And the third column is nothing but your, what do we say, gender, right? Let's only talk about male and female gender. Okay, let's not talk about any other gender. Let's only talk about male and female. See, are you all able to understand what data we have now? Can you think of what is a row? a row is nothing but a representation of a human being, right? It is nothing but a data point representing a human being. Each individual human being can be represented by a row, right? For example, if I want to represent myself, I can say that, for example, I'm not sure how much height do I have. Maybe let's say 185 centimeters, right? Maybe I'm not sure, maybe 80 kgs, and gender is male, right? Right. So do you see that I was able to represent myself as a data point in this entire in this entire row, right? This is the data point, right? I was able to represent myself. Is it clear to everyone? Right. Similarly, let me try to represent, let me try to maybe put some more people here. Okay, so let me try to maybe say there is somebody with 150 centimeter height, and maybe let's say 50 kgs weight, and the person is female. Maybe let's say we have 55 centimeters height, 50 kg weight, and again a female. Let's say we have 160 centimeters height, 80 kgs weight, right? Maybe let's say we have a male here. We have 160 centimeter height, and maybe let's say 45 kgs weight, and that is a female, right? So similarly, let's say we have one last data point. We have one last data point with maybe let's say 190 centimeters height and 80 kgs weight, and that is a male, right? So are you all able to understand this data? So this is a very small data I have, right? So let's say this is the data I have. Now, what I need to do is, right, using AI, right? Using AI, what I want to do is, given any future data point, right? Given any future data point, a person, let's say if somebody come to me and they are only giving me the information about their height and weight. Maybe let's say somebody tells me that their height is 160 centimeters, or let's take maybe let's say 150 centimeters. Somebody is saying me that their height is 150 centimeters and the weight is 50 centimeters, and somebody else is saying me that, telling me that their height is 190 centimeters and weight is 80 kgs. Can you please tell me what is the gender of this person? Just by looking at this data, can you guys tell me the gender of these two people? Okay, so many of the people are saying female and male, and yes, that is the correct answer. Just by looking at the data, see, your brain, right? You as a human being, you were able to detect a pattern in this data. Yes or no? You were able to, as a human being, you were able to detect the pattern in this data. And what was that pattern? Generally, male is going to have more height and more weight than a female, right? Generally, weight and height of a female is going to be lower when compared to male, right? And the same thing you basically used in order to predict what is the gender of these data points, right? Just by having the knowledge of their height and weight, you were able to predict this column called as gender, right? This is something that you are doing using AI, right? You are basically telling what is the gender of a human being, right? This is also something that we do as a human being, right? We do using our natural intelligence. We can look at the person and tell whether that is a male or a female, right? Now what you are doing is you are making your computer, right? You are making your computer learn this entire thing, right? You are making your computer, just by learning from this data, you are making your computer understand whether the data point is male or a female, right? Now, can you tell me how to solve this problem? So this is something that you have done using your brain, right? Using, just by looking at this data, you have done this thing. But how do you actually solve this problem? How do you make your computer solve this problem? Can anyone think of it? Try to give me a solution using which you can solve this problem. You can make your computer understand and solve this problem. How do you do that? What is the most basic, without using any machine learning knowledge? If you are having machine learning knowledge, that is good enough. But without using any machine learning knowledge, how do you do that? Yes, Prithviraj, that is a very intelligent answer. Prithviraj. See, what I can do is, see, guys, listen to this very carefully. Prithviraj has actually solved this question properly, the kind of solution that I was expecting. See, can you store this entire thing inside computer's memory? Can you store this entire thing inside computer memory? Yes or no? Is it possible? Yes or no? Samyak will come to that solution. Now, if I have this entire data inside my computer's memory, inside a matrix, right, inside a two-dimensional array, what I can do is I can search for these two data points, right? I have 150 centimeters and 50 kgs. Let me try to search it Is this the data point? No. Is this the data point? Yes, this is the data point, right? So what is the what should be the output? Output should be female. I can do this very quickly, right? Just by storing the data and searching it later, I can very easily solve this problem, right? Just by sorting and storing and searching, I can easily solve this problem. Now let's try to do that. Let's try to do this for this data point. Now, is it 190, 80? No. Is it 160, 190, 80? No. 190, 80? No. 190, 80? Yes. What is the gender? Male. So let me say that this is also male. Now, how many are able to understand how simply you can do something like this? How many people are from what do we say, computer science background? How many people are from computer science background? Jarvis? Jarvis, you were not able to solve this question. you are AI, right? You should have solved this question. All right. So how many people are from computer? See, I see so many people from computer science background, right? Okay. No problem. I was just kidding. Yes, we can do that. Somebody was talking about if yes, Aarti, we can do that. We can definitely do that. I'll come to that. But I was just talking about what is the most simplest approach you can use in order to solve this problem. And the most simplest approach is just by storing the data and just doing a simple search on this entire data, right? This was the most basic thing that people used to do earlier, right? So this is also called as dynamic programming. If you dynamic programming, if you have heard of it in algorithms classes from people from computer science background, if you have heard of dynamic programming, this is something that you try to do, right? So you try to basically memorize the entire data, right? You try to do something called as memoization, and on top of it, you'll try to do something called as searching. Making sense to everyone, right? So let's not go into dynamic programming. Many people are from non-IT background, so let's not talk about that. Okay, just try to think of it as storing the entire data and then searching on it. That's it, right? This is something that you need to do. This is something that you need to understand. Making sense to everyone? Yes or no? A final yes or no? Now the question is, see, the question is, what if I have a 151 centimeters here, and what if I have 85 kgs here? 85 kgs here. Now, is this solution going to fail in this scenario? Sanjana, I'm going to, so I'm teaching everything from scratch here actually, right? So I'm just talking about some very basic things here, right? So can anyone tell me whether whether this solution still going to work? Is this solution still going to work in this case? Are you going to get a yes or no if you try to search it in the database? If you try to search for 151 and 50 inside this database, you are going to get a no as a result, right? You are going to have nothing as the output, right? So this thing is going to fail here, right? This thing is going to fail here. You won't be able to find these two data points in the data set, and you are going to say, oh my god, now we can't tell whether the gender of the person is male or female. So this is what this approach is going to do. Yes, correct, Himanshu. Making sense to everyone? All right, perfect. Now let's try to understand how to solve this problem, right? So Aarti and other people, they were saying that what if we use something called as if-else statement? Can we write some conditions here? Can we write, do you remember in Python we have studied about if-else? I hope everyone remembers. There are so many people from foundational course number 1, right? So if you have learned if-else statement, we can very easily solve this problem using if-else statement. Now let's try to observe something, right? For males, can you tell me what is the minimum male height? What is the minimum male height? Just by looking at the data, can anyone tell me what is the minimum male height? Yes, correct, Lucifer. What is the minimum male height? The minimum male height is, so if I look into it, so 185 is there, 160 is there, and 190 is there. 160, yes. What is the minimum weight? So this is height. This was height minimum. What is weight minimum? 80 kgs. Okay. What is the maximum female height? What is the maximum female height? Let's look into the maximum female height. So it is, I think, 155, right? Height, right? So similarly, what is the maximum female weight? What is the maximum female weight? It is around 50. So can I keep a threshold? Can I keep a threshold? I know that minimum male height is 160 and maximum female height is 155. Maybe I can say something like this, right? If the given data point, let's say X, right? So let me call this as X and this as Y, right? So, or instead of this, let me not do that. Let's say, let me say height, threshold height is nothing but equal to, let's say, 157 centimeters, and threshold weight, just by looking at the data, we understood that threshold weight should be around 80 kgs and 50 kgs, maybe let's say 60 kgs, right? So are you all able to understand this? So I just created two variables called as threshold height and threshold weight. Just by looking at the data, just by looking whatever data I was having, I just created these two variables, threshold height and threshold weight. Now what I can do is I can simply write a if else statement. I can simply say that if given height, for example, the given height is 151 centimeters here, right? If this height is less than equal to the threshold height, sorry, if this is less than equal to threshold height, and and the given weight, similarly the given weight is less than equal to the threshold weight, so what should I say? What should I print in this case? Anyone? Yes, correct. It should be a female, right? It should be a female. I should say that it is a female. Now, in order to print male, what should I do? I should say else, simply print male. How many are able to understand this program? This is a very simple program, right? Very simple program. We can very easily write this kind of thing, right? Cool. Let's not worry about the syntax. It is all about logic, right? So let's only focus on the logic. So if we can write something like this, it is going to make our life very easy. Now the question is it really going to be the case that we can come up with these conditions very easily? Is it always the case that we can come up with all these conditions easily? Let's try to look into another example. Okay, let's try to come up with another example. Let's say I have the data. In this data, what I have is I have a photo. I have a photo, and with the photo, I have some label. Yes, correct, Aarti. So this is based on the data. Because we learn from the data, right? We learn from the data. If we have all the data points like that, so we'll basically look into the data and we'll come up with the threshold values, and we'll decide what is the gender of the data point. There can always be some misclassifications, right? Always misclassifications can be there. Yes, correct, Jarvis. Is that fine, Aarti? Misclassifications can be there, right? So we won't be able to handle the misclassifications based on whatever we have learned till now, right? If you try to take, okay, so if your height is 140 centimeters, what else? And your weight is more than 80, maybe let's say 80 kgs, right? This is your query, Aarti? Okay, so you are saying 140 centimeter. And what is the weight? Can you please tell me the weight, Aarti? So let's say height is 140 centimeters and weight is 145 kgs. So let's try to see that. Okay, let's try to see this. See, what you are saying is your height is, let's say, 140 centimeters and your weight is 45 kgs. 45 kgs and 140 centimeters. Now, what is the threshold? Threshold is nothing but 157, right? And what is the threshold weight? Threshold weight is nothing but 60 kgs. Now, what you are saying is, if 140 is less than equal to 157, and right, so it is saying it should be true, as well as, and, right, you are saying and 45 should also be less than 60, right? 45 should also be less than 60. Then only you will say that it is female. Then only you will print that it is female. If even a single, even if let's say if instead of 45 kgs, let's say your weight is 85 kgs, right? Instead of 45 kgs, if your weight is for 85 kgs, this is true. See, this is true, but this condition is false, right? You are saying that both the condition should hold true to say that it is a female. Otherwise, what you will say that you will go into the else condition and you will say that it is a male. You will so say that it is a male. Is it clear now? Yes, our output will be wrong. Yes, our output will be wrong. The agenda here is to understand how this thing can be done, right? Always you can't achieve 100% accuracies, right? That is the truth that you need to understand. You can never achieve 100% accuracies, right? Always the misclassifications will be there. Yes, then it is a misclassification, White Wolf. It is going to be a misclassification. Yes, correct, Arti. Yes, it is a misclassification. False positive or a false negative. Yes. All right. Now let's try to maybe look into this thing. So let's say I have a photo and a label, right? Let's say I have many different photos and many different labels. Um, yes, we can do that. Urval, we can make this condition as complex as we want. Yes, we are trying to find a way to minimize the error. Correct, Shweta. Right, we can write as many conditions as we want. Let me actually show you one example. Okay, so let's say we have multiple different photos, and with each photo I have a label. Let's say one photo is something like this. One photo is something like this. Now, what is the label of the first photo? What is the label of the first photo? Cat, right? What is the label of the second photo? Dog, right? Similarly, let's say I have thousands of images. I have thousands of images, something like this. No, it is a dog. It's not a mouse. Okay, so it is a dog. Okay, so let's say I have thousands of images similar to this. Now, can you write a if else condition for this? Can you write a if else condition for this? Is it possible to describe the cat in if else condition or describe a dog in if else condition? It is time taking. Correct, it is time taking. It might be possible, right? But it is a very time taking process, right? It is a very time consuming process, because you need to write the all the features of a cat, right? You have to tell whether if the ear looks like this, and if there are whiskers, right? If there are whiskers, if the ear look like this, if the eyes look like this, then it is a cat, right? Otherwise it is a dog. If the dog, for dog, if the ears are like this, then it is a dog. If the tail is like this, then it is a dog, right? So there are so many things. You won't even know how to write if else statements for this kind of data. Are you all able to understand this? Are you able to understand this? You won't even know how to write if else statements, right? How to write the program around this. So this is where machine learning come into picture, right? This is where machine learning and deep learning come into picture. Instead of writing these if else statements, machine learning give you a very interesting way to basically solve these problems, right? Machine learning basically says that, right? Machine learning and deep learning, what do we say, the current machine learning, it simply says that, let me try to copy this entire data. Let me copy this entire data. Let me bring this thing down here, right? Now, according to machine learning, what is going to happen is, see, is it possible? The question is it possible to basically represent this entire data on XY coordinate? Maybe I can represent height on this coordinate and weight on this coordinate. If that is possible, how do we do that? So what I can say is, so minimum is 150. So I will have 150 here, 160, 170, 180, and maybe 190 over here. Similarly, 45, let's say 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90 kgs. Now, can I represent this data point? Yes, correct, Lucifer. Can I represent this data point 185 centimeters height and 80 kgs weight, something like this, a dot? Can I represent this data point as a dot here? How many of you agree with this thing? If you agree, so it is going to be really very easy to explain the next thing. Now let's do the same thing for the second data point, 150 and 50. So 150 and 50 is somewhere here, right? Similarly, the next data point 155 and 50, 155 and 50 will come somewhere here. Yes, it looks like a scatter plot. Correct, Lucifer. 160 and 80, 160 and 80 will be somewhere, 160 and 80 will be somewhere here. Then 145, 155 and 45 will come somewhere here, and 190 and 80 will come somewhere here, right? Now, try to see this, okay? Try to see this. Do you see that? Yes, Jarvis. Do you see that all the female data points and all the male data points, right? Can you identify just by looking at this data, what are all the female and what are all the male data points? Is it possible? If I don't give you this data, can you just by looking at this data set, can you tell me which data point is a male and which data point is the female? Why? What is the reason? I have never used this information, right? I have never used the gender information while creating this entire plot. Yes or no? Yes or no? Are you all agreeing to this? So what should I do? What should I do in this case? What should I do in this case? Anyone? Let me try to color code, right? Let me try to color code all the female data points maybe with blue color and all the male data points with maybe, let's say, pink color, right? So let's keep male data points as pink and let's keep all the female data points as blue color. Right? Yes, correct, Lucifer. Hue, right? We have already learned all these concepts. Now, what is the final thing? Now, do you see that? Do you see that I can now create a boundary, right? I can now create a mathematical, in mathematics, you have learned about lines, y equal to mx plus c, y equal to mx plus c. You can create a line that can separate your males and female data points. Agreeing with this concept? Everyone is agreeing with this concept? Yes or no? If you are all agreeing with this concept, let me show you some magic, okay? Now let's say, so somebody was saying, what if somebody is having 140 centimeters height and 40 kgs weight, right? I think 40 kgs weight was given, right? So in that case, what will be the data point? So what will be the gender of this data point? So 140 will come somewhere here, 40 will come somewhere here. Now, do you see this is, so we are saying that everything that falls on this side of the line is going to be female, everything that falls on that side of the line is going to be male, right? So we can say that this data point is nothing but female. Similarly, if you are given with 191 and 85, 191 will come somewhere here and 85 will come somewhere here, the data point will be somewhere here. It is a male, right? It is on this side of the line. Right? Now this is how the actual machine learning works, right? The modern machine learning works on this concept of vector algebra, right? I just showed you the vector algebra concept. From tomorrow onwards, we will see how to basically do it mathematically, right? Tomorrow we'll learn how to do this entire thing mathematically, and day after tomorrow we'll try to learn some machine learning algorithms. Everyone is able to understand this concept? I hope I didn't bore you with this entire thing. It is little hard to understand in the first go. I would suggest each and every one of you to maybe revise this concept. Yes, correct, Aarti. Okay, Lucifer. Okay, so what software do we need to use to do machine learning? We use Python programming language, and inside Python we have something called as sklearn. Don't worry about it. I'll teach you each and everything. Okay. Yes, correct, Jarvis. Aarti, I was saying that I will show you. Yes, tomorrow I'll show you how to use vector algebra and how to basically do this entire thing. Okay. Ajit, I was saying that you need Python and sklearn to do all those things. Okay. Yes, in Python I'll show you when we come to that. Okay, maybe you have to wait for 1 or 2 days. Yes, you can learn the basics of machine learning. This course is called as foundational course, right? right? This course is called as Foundations of Machine Learning. So I'll be only talking about the foundational topics. So somebody is asking about the mathematical concepts, maths concepts that need to be learned in order to learn machine learning. So the concepts are linear algebra, statistics and probability, right? Vector calculus, vector algebra, first vector algebra, and then vector calculus. You need to learn differentiation, right? So these are all the topics you need to learn in order to become, in order to basically learn machine learning. These are the basic concepts that you need to learn. Is that fine? Sandy, in order to look at the recording, please go back to the YouTube channel. Just go to the YouTube channel. You will be able to find the recording. Okay. I will share the links with you. I will also share the certification link, right? First of all, I'll share the link. I'll just give you link one by one, right? So just wait for a minute. I will share all the links. Just wait for a minute, guys. All right. So I've shared all the links. So I'll be pausing. I will be ending the recording now because we are done with today's